All right, what's going on, guys? This is the Negro Shotty. I'm here with Rex Sparks. This is going to be the last episode of the TNS podcast for the year 2017. This is what I think it might be episode 8 by now.
I think,
We haven't really done this in a while. I
yeah,
think it's been a few months. I just decided we can just kind of stop doing these kind of every month or every week or whatever. We got to do these, spare the moment type of things. And this is today is what, January 30th? I mean, not January 30th, December 30th.
yeah, December or
We're about to get into the new year. New Year's Eve is gonna be tomorrow. This is December 30th, last day of the year, and I decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and talk about basically how the year of 2017 was for gaming, and then also beyond that, 2018 is gonna have a lot of big games, so we're gonna be talking about a little bit of that. And for those of you guys who don't want to listen to a big long podcast, pause. For those of you guys who don't want to listen to a big podcast, I'll probably try to break up the topics into like separate videos. Hopefully, it's not too big of a hassle for me. That's what I'll try to do. So, first thing we're gonna get into, the first topic is our top 10 games. I did a video on this already. I already said my top 10 games were Persona 5, Neo, Near, Horizon, Crash. I don't know why I put Crash Team Racing on this list. Okay, Crash Insane Trilogy is what I meant. Hellblade, Injustice 2, Evil Within 2, Dishonored 2, and my number one game was Prey. Prey.
okay.
And a lot of people didn't like the video. I see a lot of dislikes, people hating. Who cares? What was your top 10? Top 10 games.
I want to say top 5 because because I have a top 10 for like 2018, but I want to say like top 5 for just 2017.
It seems like you played more games than me, though.
I did, I did,
I mean, technically, you did.
I did.
From what you told me a few minutes ago before we started.
I did. I did. I'm not even gonna like say I didn't because I obviously did. But okay. All right. Number one, Persona 5. Obvious for obvious reasons. I don't care what any of you say. I don't care what any of you say. I don't care what anyone says.
But Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild can suck. Like, you know what?
We're gonna get into that later. He's actually played the game now. They can
Nerds, like,
actually
listen
say,
up. Listen up. I've actually played it, and it's in my list, okay? But it's not top 5, so suck it and stuff it, okay? Just calm down. Calm yourselves, okay? All right, number 2.
But you're a Nintendo hater.
I have never been a Nintendo hater. I don't know where that came from. I honestly don't know where that came from because I do like Nintendo. I like Nintendo. I don't know where that came from. It's Xbox who needs to like step it up. At least I can say like Nintendo has games. At least I can give them that
Okay,
moniker.
but let me stop. Stop interrupting you. Go ahead.
At least I can say like they have games in comparison to like what Xbox has done. Just saying.
Yeah, true.
I mean, let's all be real for a second. Let's all be like real when we say this. Nintendo has games. Okay. So Switch actually does have games. Okay, there you go.
Crazy thing is, it almost has more exclusives than the Xbox One now.
I don't know.
Really catching up to it.
Good God, I don't know whether to like shake my head thoroughly at it or just like, how does that happen? How does that even happen? Number two, Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't really need to say much. I enjoyed it. I love everything that this game is. Okay, and this is before I even played Breath of the Wild, and I can see a lot of Breath of the Wild, a lot of Horizon in Breath of the Wild because I played that after like months later. Okay,
For a lot
and
of people, it's been the opposite. They played Breath of the Wild before they played Horizon, and then they claimed that Breath of the Wild is better for some reason.
in what air? In what? Okay, all right. Besides that, besides that, um, number three, Near Automata. I don't really need to explain this one at all because the game's amazing.
The best platinum game ever made. Their only good game, in my opinion.
You can stuff all that right. You can stuff it right now. Shut up. You stop. You stop. um. Okay, Dear Automata, and the soundtrack is just amazing. And I forgot to mention how amazing Persona 5 soundtrack is. They're like neck and neck with me. And people want to say like how amazing Breath of the Wild soundtrack is. I'm like, I did wait. I'll get to that. We'll get to that. Not now. We'll get to that, but not now. Um, number four, Injustice 2. Um, Probably one of the best modern fighting games I've played since I want to say Mortal Kombat XL, X and or
Hmm?
XL.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
I was like, at first you said XL. I'm like, what the heck is that?
It's the full game. It's basically the full game. So yeah,
Okay.
like NetherRealm Studios knows exactly what they're doing when it comes to fighting games, and this game is like another product of what to do for a fighting game. So yeah, this is why this is on the list. And honestly, I love kicking the crap out of evil Superman and Batman because yeah, your movie sucked. Your movie sucked, except Man of Steel. Man of Steel was the shit though. Man of Steel was the shit though. Your versus movie sucked though. Number five, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Like you, this counts. This counts. Okay, this counts as a full game by itself. This is my childhood. Like many people, and people want to say this is the Dark Souls. This is Dark Souls. Fuck you. It's because you have no skill. Okay, the games like this kick
I'm
their
gonna be honest.
asses.
That level that I'm on right now
Yeah,
with that motorcycle, that's
yeah.
a bunch of BS, man. That's a bunch of BS.
Uh, yes, it is because I can't honestly. I cannot tell you how many times I've had to reload because of the relics or the gems. And yeah, I was stuck doing most of those for like an hour because I had to go back and get the gems and shit. So I understand. I understand that. But yeah, us '90s kids got our asses kicked by games like this, and to see it and replay it now as an adult, it's like, yeah, yeah, we you needed skill to play this. So all you people who say like, "Oh, this is Dark Souls, man, it's too hard. It's too hard." Piss off. Piss right off. You have no skill. Get over yourselves. That's what I say to you. Anyway, Crash is the shit. I hope Vicarious Visions and I hope Activision does something else with the license or gives us Crash Team Racing.
I don't even know about that right now, man. I don't know.
Honestly,
After playing this level, I don't know.
dude, come on. Warp was the easiest one out of all of them.
No, I'm not saying no. It's not even the fact that it's hard.
It's the racing.
It's the fact
It's
it's
just
just frustrating.
I,
Like it's the man. It's not hard. It's just like, but one thing they made it so inconvenient because like you can't restart. Like you can't just press pause and like restart the level. You have to actually do the whole level over, or you have to just quit, like exit out, and then go into the stage again. So they already made it kind of frustrating for you.
yeah, they did. They when it comes to those races, I'm like, yeah, yeah, and like I want to say like 60 or 70% of warped are vehicle levels, which really it is really like a toss. It's like, why did you do this when two had like a perfect like balance of like vehicle stuff in here? So then three just went like, oh, full blown crazy about it. Anyway, enough about that. Enough about that. Number six, I'm still going through it, but I think it does deserve a spot on here. I'm recently going through it right now. Assassin's Creed Origins, and this is something that I thought I would never ever
Oh
put
my
on.
God, an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, this is something I thought I'd never put on a list at all, and especially something like recent as this, because I'm one of those people who are like, the Assassin's Creed franchise should have been dead already. So to see me play this is like, um, yeah, I can see why this is getting a lot of positives because a year off actually does wonders for a game. Uh, and after playing Syndicate just like was like, okay, this is better than Unity, but it's not that much better than Unity. With Origin, it's like, oh my god, you guys really went in with this, and I like it. I'm actually liking this. I'm actually liking Assassin's Creed game, something that hasn't happened to me, and since I want to say Black Flag, since Assassin's Creed Black Flag, that was the last time I actually enjoyed an Assassin's Creed game.
I
And that,
can't really get into that series. I tried with the first game. That joint was so disappointing.
yeah, the first game is a
I
horrible.
tried
Is
playing
worse.
like the multiplayer, which was like Revelations. Couldn't get into that. I tried playing Black Flag for like an hour or two because I got it for free, and I was just like, I just can't get into it. First of all, did they fix the crappy combat?
Oh yeah, the combat took a lot of getting used to, but I'm like, okay, for what it is, it's a lot better than how it used to be. And I'm like,
You know,
oh,
people have compared it because people have compared it to Dark Souls.
here
If you
we go.
compare everything to Dark
Do
Souls,
we do you compare
it has Dark Souls combat.
you compare take going to the bathroom as Dark Souls 2? How bad how difficult it is to take a crap? Is this
Sometimes, hey, hey,
just
hey. Sometimes it is, man.
admittingly yeah. Shut up. Admittingly
Sometimes it
yeah.
is.
You shut up. Don't. Anyway, Origins. I'm having a lot of fun with Origins, and especially like I haven't had like fun with an Assassin's Creed game in a while. So it's like yeah, I'm like, wow, okay, plus for me. Okay, anyway, number 7. Okay, now we're gonna get to the most. Oh God, I'm probably gonna make you laugh with this one, but I don't care. It was either this or Evil Within, but Evil Within crashed on me, and I can't really I can't really put that there because it pissed me off so much that didn't make the list. Resident Evil 7 for number 7, and
Uh,
shut up. I'm being obvious by
I
putting
don't
it.
know.
What?
I
What?
don't know about that.
Uh, you didn't play it. Hey, you didn't play it. You didn't play it like months ago. Okay, like I beat it. I beat it. I even speed run the damn thing. I even did a second playthrough where I speed ran everything. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot more than I did. What was the last one I enjoyed? I actually enjoyed 5. I actually enjoyed like Steroid Chris hitting a boulder. 6 pissed me off too much, so I didn't never finished it.
Yeah,
Uh,
6 is hot garbage. I don't think anybody likes 6.
6 is like Michael Bay's love child of shit. I want to come up with something better than that, but it is like an amalgamation of BS with that game. So yeah, yeah. Resident Evil 7 takes number 7. I don't want to go into detail because you really gotta have to play it for yourself and for what it is and for what it was, what I played. And I haven't been back to play the DLC because I'm like, really, you guys are like, we're in December. Where was this like months ago? I sold this already. I sold my copy already. What have you done?
I didn't even know you bought the game.
I bought that like months ago and I got rid of it like I want to say like the 4th month I had it because I needed it for something else. So, eh. Anyway, okay. Number 8, you're gonna really roll your eyes at this one, but I don't care. I like the first game. I love the first game actually, and this is like the only time I've actually.
What, Mass Effect?
You can piss right off. You can piss right off of that. How dare you even insinuate that I wouldn't even? Oh my god! I can't. You're making me laugh. Stop it. I'm trying to hold this in, but you're just like Mass Effect. Really? How dare you? Ew, no, no, no. South Park, the fractured butthole. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yes, I played that too. I played that too, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. I even enjoyed all the ripping that they did on DC and Marvel. I'm laughing my ass off throughout the entire thing because, oh my god, like I love the superhero aspect better than the medieval aspect that they did for Stick of Truth. So this has more. I like this even more than the first game, and I platinum both of them. So there you go. That just say it right there. So
Yeah.
I don't want to say nothing. I know you and South Park are like, it's immature. It is immature. It is. It is fucking immature. Like my God, it is. Because I roll my eyes at some of the jokes sometimes, and I'm just like, really, guys, like, really? It's like, okay, no wonder.
With South Park, and I might have said this before. It's like, okay, let's imagine if South Park was made by a black person. That show would not
my
be
God.
on the air. It would not still be on the air.
It wouldn't make it. It wouldn't make it.
Because these two white dudes, of course they're gonna get away with anything.
True. Except some
get away with murder on that show, man. Literally.
Except some stuff. I think like because of an India incident. I don't know. Anyway, Fractured Butthole number 8. Okay, like I'm not saying any more than that. I love most of what they did. Some of it had me going like, oh my god, why? But I enjoyed it nonetheless. Okay, number 9, Breath of the Wild. Yes, it is low. And yes, get salty. I want to go with the salt mines with you. Give me all of your salt from my fries and popcorn, please.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say? Because you went out.
Sorry. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Oh my god.
Yes, bring your salt.
Why is that so low on your list?
Bring your bags of salt. Let's go to the salt mines together. Let's get some popcorn. Let's get some fries. Come on with me. Come with me so we can get some salt from the salt mines. Why is it so low, you ask? Why is it so low after I did beat it? And I did like it. Why is it so low? Because I have played way too many open world RPGs in my lifetime. That is why. This does nothing different. Yes, you have so many options on what to do after Link wakes up, but after that, it's like, okay, you give me many options here. Okay, but my shit breaks on contact. My shit breaks sometimes, and the Master Sword is like a fucking phone. It's like it has to charge back up if I use it on people. Like, really? The main sword is like a phone? It has to recharge after 10 minutes? What? What? You realize I buzzed my ass with those hearts to get that sword, because if you don't get 13 hearts, you die if you try to pull it out. And I'm like, why didn't Zelda just bury the thing with me if that was the case? Like, you tell me Link's asleep, but she left the sword like deep in the dank ass forest of Hyrule, right? So something doesn't match here. You could have just left the sword with me, but no, I have to like bust my ass, and it will kill me if I don't have enough arcs for it. Okay, my point is this: played too many open world games in my lifetime, and this is right up there. This is right up there in that pile that I played. It's like, okay, you have so many options, but that's why this has gotten so much praise. It's because of those options. And it's like, it's just nothing different than what some open world RPGs do. Because I can see this in Origins. I can see this in Origins. You can go anywhere in Egypt right now, but you'll get your ass kicked. You'll get your ass kicked if you go anywhere. If you go anywhere higher than level 1 or 5, because you're underleveled, and the game will thoroughly punch your shit in. But it doesn't matter. You have options, and because Nintendo finally did something like this, it's because of these options. This is why it's getting this high on the list. I get it, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be like my number one. It's on my list, but it's not my number one. So I could go in the third D. I might have to, but then I will get haters on me. So let's just keep this here. Let's just keep this here. Breath of the Wild number 9.
And there you have it. Somebody who's actually played the game and said that, hey, this isn't as great as all the people are making it out to be.
It's not. It's not. It is not. It's doing exactly what every other open world RPG does. Hell, I think you can even do the same thing in Horizon Zero Dawn. Yes, you'll get your ass stomped, but hey, options. I can go elsewhere.
But hold on. You can't climb in Horizon Zero Dawn, and that is a major difference, sir. Like, they act like climbing, and you don't knock it out. If you don't knock it off, like, oh my god.
I'm gonna get Lucille.
This is the type of crap that they be saying. You can't climb in Horizon. The transversal. I can't even speak right now.
I've done all the speaking for 5 minutes, dude. Come on.
When you transverse the environment, it's whack. It's whack in comparison to Zelda because you can climb and glide and stuff everywhere. Like, but they act like they've never done that before in other games. Assassin's Creed,
Batman,
Far Cry,
Assassin's Creed Origins. You can climb shit. Or actually, like, Assassin's Creed in general, the whole series is nothing but climbing on buildings and shit. What am I talking about?
Assassin's Creed was like one of the first series that I can remember that like started the whole thing with like this type of climbing and stuff.
The parkour aspect, but Zelda, you can't do parkour. You can't parkour in Zelda though. So no, that's a point. That's a point against it. but it's because it's Nintendo and it's the first time that they've ever done this. I think this is why this has gotten so much of a pass. Yeah, I believe.
It's basically, and I've said this before, it's basically them playing catch up. They played catch up. They're finally making a modern open world game.
And this is
they could have done this, and that's the thing I keep saying. They could have done this in 2011.
This is true.
That's what I'm trying. That's what I keep trying to say. Like they could have done this in 2011. So why praise it for something that really should be the standard by now? And it is the standard when you look at other games. So I didn't mean to even take the spotlight from you. Go ahead.
No, it's cool, man. I understand because this is
stupid.
This is kind of something I wanted to touch on like after I beat it because I'm like, no, I'm gonna need someone like bounce off opinions with and all that, and really good best platform to do it. So yeah, they're playing catch up, and because like you're right, they could have done this a long time ago. They're just doing it now. And this is like one of the reasons why, like, even the most loyal Zelda fans, this is why this game in particular is not one of their favorite Zelda games. It's like this is not a Zelda game. I've seen some videos like that. And I'm like, what? Because it modernized it too much. And I'm just like, even your fans, some of the most loyal fans say it. Huh. But I don't know nothing. I'm a Nintendo hater. We're Nintendo haters, apparently. We don't know nothing. We don't know shit. And yet we played games like this for so long. And I'm like, okay.
It's either you're a Nintendo hater or you don't have a Switch and you're jealous because you can't play it.
Have a Switch. I played it. I invested a week.
I told you, if I wanted to play the game, I can play it. I have Super Mario Odyssey, and my brother has a Switch. If I really wanted to play Zelda, I can go out there and buy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Play that crap. Like I had the Switch here like for the past few days. I was telling you before we started this, I haven't done nothing but like watch old, well, not old movies, but like watch all the movies that I haven't been able to see throughout 2017. And all throughout that time, I could have been playing the Switch. I don't want to play that crap. There's nothing up there for me.
I understand. I understand. I get it. I, dude, you're talking to a person who put a week's worth of time into this game. I know what an open world RPG is. Okay, this is right in that pile. It does nothing different. Okay, we glide, we get the Master Sword after so much trial and error, and it works like a fucking phone. God, I've never seen anything like that. It's like the main sword acts like a little white girl. What?
What?
What? It acts like a white girl's cell phone. That's what I meant.
I was like, what?
Like
What?
you use it on enemies too much because like the fucking tree said not to. If you use it too much and not against Ganon's enemies, it'll just it won't work for 10 minutes until it recharges. What? What? So yeah, archery. You got archery in there. You got so much RPGness in here. And it's like, oh, it's Zelda and it's Nintendo. That's why it gets a pass. I get it. I actually understand that you're playing enough of this to know what this does. You're not slick, people. This don't
If it
deserve a
wasn't
number.
called Legend of Zelda, would it really have gotten Game of the Year?
No, it
That's
wouldn't
what
have.
people need to ask people. All right, that's
No,
what people need to ask themselves.
no, it wouldn't
It's like
have.
if it wasn't called Mario Odyssey, would it really would it really get that much praise? I don't think it would.
Okay, and leading to my number 10 spot, let's finish this off, and we can talk about the next year. It actually does lead to my last one, Super Mario Odyssey with his Phantom hat and just suck your soul and shit. Oh
Man,
God, yes, it is low. Give me all of your salt for my fries and popcorn, please, please. I need it. I'm poor on salt. Give me all your salt. So it,
see,
I,
it sounds like from what you told me earlier that you're not a big fan of Sunshine, and I wasn't like I thought it was just okay game.
I'm not
I
high on
said before
Sunshine.
I didn't really like 64, and I thought Sunshine was okay, but I like Galaxy, and a lot of people say that Odyssey is more like Sunshine and 64. So maybe that's why we don't really like gel with those type of Mario games. Is because
I mean, for
well
what
with Mario Odyssey it's kind of more like the older 3D Mario games.
it's like the old guard of meaning of 64. It's like 64, honestly, except like Mario doesn't have a 1-2 punch combo, except he has a fucking demon hat possessing people. He can't
So
do
like
shit. He
I
can't do
sat there
shit
on
with that.
I sat there on Christmas Day just watching my nephew play the game, and I was like, "Is this really supposed to be game of the year?" I'm like, what is this supposed to be doing? That's supposed to be so amazing. I mean, I watch a lot of gameplays and stuff from it. It's just like, okay, so you have a hat gimmick. Okay, cool. But at least when you were using gravity in and not Mario Odyssey, Mario Galaxy, it
Galaxy.
was something that was big and revolutionary. It was something that really shaped the entire game. Like I don't know. For me, I think the gravity aspect and the fact that it's a platformer and you're manipulating galaxy and you're manipulating gravity in a way that you can jump on platforms and stuff. I mean, I don't know. I think that's a lot better than what they're doing with Odyssey.
It's funny
That's just
because
my opinion.
there's just a little bit of galaxy at the end of the game when you go on the moon and it's like you have like a super jump and shit. And I'm like, so they could have made a Galaxy 3, but they just didn't want to. It just kind of like says to me like you could have made a Galaxy 3. Could have, didn't want to. You know, we got a demon head. We got Cappy though. We got Cappy the demon head, as I like to call him. Cause he just Oh my god, man! He steals people's bodies. He can't do anything without that hat. That hat is the basis of all this nonsense. Is the cause of all of this. Anyway, like, yes, these two are low. Okay, because I put way more time into the other games on this list, especially Persona 5. I'm over 100 hours now. So yeah, that's my game of the year. That's my those are my games of the year list, and I'm missing a few because it's like, huh, could have made this bigger, but it's kind of hard to just like put a whole 10 list together. So
Well,
yeah,
for me, I had to actually add two that because I mentioned this in the video. I actually had to add two that I didn't technically. Well, one of them I played like the alpha and the beta. For Persona 5, I never played the game, but I've seen a lot of gameplay from it. I know a lot about the. Well, I know a little bit about the Persona series because I played Persona 3 for a lot of hours. So like I felt like because I've kind of familiarized myself with Persona because I said it before. I don't think I played as many games as I usually I usually do, especially this year. So
mm,
I decided to go ahead and put Persona and Neo on my list. But every other game I have on my list I played. There were
yeah,
other games. There were like way more games than I played that I played that I didn't put on the list because I thought those games were either bad or disappointing, or I just didn't think that they deserved to be on the list. And so that's kind of how I came up with mine.
gotcha. I mean, yeah, I did look at your video. I know, I get it, but
No, I'm just explaining it.
I know,
I'm just explaining it again.
I know it's cool though. It is cool. I understand, but it's not the
If you
thing.
had any, if you had any like honorable mentions, could you like go over those? I got to do something right quick. I'll be back in like maybe 2 minutes tops.
Okay, all right. Think I
Sorry.
can do that. I think I can do that. Yep. Okay, honorable mentions. Honorable mentions. Now I've. What would that be? What would that be? What honorable mention? Honorable mention. Oh yeah, I know. I know. It would be Shadow of War. Now this pretty much improved everything from um Shadow of Mordor. This pretty much proved on everything from Shadow of Mordor. I don't talk about like the Middle Earth games that much because like I don't know enough lore to to put in a full video. So yeah, I played these games. I played both of them. This is a major step up, especially like the ending, like how it could end. As like, okay, I like this ending. I really do. And apparently, like Shadow of War pretty much fucks up everything of the Middle Earth continuity. So there's that. There's also that. Um, yeah, yeah, the whole army building thing, best part about the game. That is like the best part about the game as well. I wouldn't, mm, except like paying for some of your powers though. Paying for some of the powers that were I think were already like unlocked from the first game. That was kind of trash. I already see what WB Games were trying to do with this. So like it's a pay to win fest. It's some it's just like a pay to win fest. Oh, you want all this legendary nonsense? Well, guess what? Give me your wallet. Give me your wallet. That's like the biggest dishonor, this dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow I've ever seen. I hate that about.
All right, I'm back. What you talk about now?
He hears me rant. He's like, "What happened?" I'm just saying, like what WB Games did to Shadow of War. Yes, I even played that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We'll talk about it.
I have a lot of dishonorable mentions, and I said how their business practices were for this year, with especially with Shadow of War. Um, yeah, that was some shit too. And especially for the legendary stuff and all that. Like this wasn't infested like it is, like it was back, like it is. It wasn't as it was never bad in Shadow of Mordor. In Shadow of War, it's
Well,
horrible.
since you're
That's what I'm trying to
talking
say.
about, well, since you're talking about Shadow of War and his practices and kind of disappointing games, I guess that's the sort of thing you're kind of getting to. I kind of wanted to also go over the most disappointing games of
Oh God,
2017.
yes, yes, do this, yes, do this.
And I wasn't able to compile a complete list because I was trying to really just put all this together. The three that I have up here definitely Star Wars Battlefront 2, Mass Effect Andromeda, Middle Earth Shadow of War, and I can't think of the other ones. You're gonna have to help me out on that.
Okay, I got four. I got four for you, and I
Oh
might.
yeah, oh yeah, that wrestling games that you were telling me about.
Oh my
WWE
God.
2K18.
Oh God, let's get that on there too. Okay, more dishonorable mentions. Mm. Okay, okay, okay. Let me get serious with this one. Yeah, where is it? Where is it? Where did I get? Oh yeah, before the fucking storm. Put you on here too.
Oh,
Before the
Life is Strange.
Yeah, put this on there because it had nothing to the story. I played it when it was like on PlayStation Plus. I got it free. I played all the episodes and I'm like, uh-huh, uh-huh. From what I'm seeing, this doesn't add
Isn't that
nothing.
game about the two lesbians or something?
Oh my God, I wanted to see how bad it was, man. That was like 2 years ago. Don't hate me. That was like 2 years ago. Okay, here's my top
I
five.
said I don't want to play this game, correct?
Here's my top worst games. Number one, Agents of Mayhem. Number two, Death.
Oh, that was another one I should have put up there.
Oh yeah. Number one, Agents of Mayhem. Number two, Destiny 2. Number three, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Oh yeah, that too, definitely.
Number four, WWE 2K18. Number five, Life is Strange Before the fucking Storm. Because God, we just needed a prequel to this shit. What else? What else are we missing here?
I got 7 games right now.
Where are we? Where are we here? No, no, no. I'm looking. I'm looking. Oh yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda. Put that in there too.
Yeah, I have that up there. I have that up there. Mass Effect
Uh,
Andromeda, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Middle Earth Shadow War. I mean,
Black
not
Tiger.
Mordor. Shadow
Black Tiger.
War.
Black Tiger.
WWE 2K18, Life is Strange Before the Storm, Agents of Mayhem, and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Black Tiger. Remember that?
Life of Black Tiger. See, well, yeah, this I said originally disappointing games, but we could just say worst because yeah,
Dude,
Life of Black Tiger that definitely has to be up there.
dude, dishonorable mention list. This is like the dishonorable, like, oh, we go to yo, no, you die. You die if you mention these games. So yeah, let's go
And
with that.
I know some people would want would want Sonic Forces on this list. I didn't think Sonic Forces was a bad game. I think that game got a bad rap.
Okay, let me chime in there for a minute. Um, I played it too. It was not that bad. It wasn't that bad as people make it out to be. This is like one of those
It is
instances.
short.
It was, yeah, it was just short and just like okay, Sonic's faster when we team up. What is this? Why? Why is this a thing? Why does he have like a fetish for us all of a sudden? Why does this seem like a fan fiction? Why is Infinite a thing? Why is Shadow over there? Why is Chaos here? And he doesn't do anything.
I
Why?
noticed that. I was like, okay, they let us fight the clones of everybody else but Chaos. Okay, that was weird.
Like we do
Like, what was the
every.
point?
Like, you put Chaos in. Chaos is one of my favorite villains from the Adventure series, and you put him in here, and he's not even. He doesn't do anything. Then you put this clown from Sonic Colors in here. What was it? Sonic Lost World.
Sarvok,
That Sonic
Sarvok.
Lost.
I think that's how you pronounce his name. Savak or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Sonic. It was that dude was from Sonic Lost World. The red dude. The red dude. Him.
I
He's
thought he
from.
was from Sonic Boom or something because I never played Lost World.
Nah, nothing from Boom made it in here, surprisingly. So there's that. And yeah, like no, this is terrible what you did here to my boy Chaos like this, and like really Shadow again. Like I thought if nothing else, he was nothing but a deep voice edge lord. If nothing else, at this point, you guys made him into a deep voice edge lord. He's lost all his credibility with me. So it's like it's not that bad. It's not that bad, but it has some faults. It's not that bad. So doesn't need to be in the top 10 lists. Just saying. So okay, how many games are we on in the dishonorable list?
I think about eight. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh
5,
shit.
6, 7, 8. Yeah, about eight.
Yeah, total. Okay.
That's good that's good if we can't think of it
That is good.
any more.
That okay,
Because
hold on.
I don't think I can think of any more.
Okay. I don't I can't come up
That
with any.
Cars game, Cars 3, Driven to Win.
Oh god, cash grabs are us. The last good
I guess we
movie.
just put that in there. Oh, and Lawbreakers.
There we go. 10. There's 10.
Yep.
There's 10.
The Lawbreakers
Yeah,
and
because
Cars 3.
that did poor as just the hell is road
Okay,
rage.
so for the worst of 2017, we have Star Wars Battlefront 2, Mass Effect Andromeda, Middle of Earth, Shadow War, uh, WWE 2K18, Life is Strange Before the Storm, Agents of Mayhem, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Life of Black Tiger, Cars 3, and Lawbreakers.
God, that is ugh. God, like before the storms is like one of those. It's like this does not need to exist. Even when it was announced, I'm
And
like,
crazy thing about see with Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Middle of Earth Shadow War or I keep saying Mordor, Shadow War.
yeah,
With those games, they really don't have any excuse being on this list. It's
the
more
business practices.
yeah, it's more the business practices, more the publisher really just forcing that whole thing of microtransactions and everything. There's this big backlash with both of those games, especially Star Wars Battlefront. It was just basically pay to win, basically, and with Middle Earth Shadow War, it was this whole thing where like you can get through the game without spending money on like the microtransactions, but it's structured in a way where you kind of need to kind of get through the game faster, I guess.
Yeah,
And of course, we all know what happened with Mass Effect Andromeda, the whole thing with the faces being messed up and the glitches and everything.
yeah.
You can talk a lot more about WWE 2K18 than what I can say.
Oh yeah.
Agents of Mayhem, that game looked like garbage from day one. I never really liked the Saints Row franchise, so hopefully this is just a nail in the coffin because
Be honest,
honestly,
on,
Saints Row hasn't been good since the second game.
honestly,
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, this is trash, and I'm gonna let you talk. But
honestly, for Agents of Mayhem's case, since I've been playing all the Saints games, I played all the Saints games up to this point. So this this is like okay, if there was a property that needs to die and you guys need like a reboot, like a hard reboot, and I'm talking like I don't just mean like you kill the characters off and you have like some of the characters from the old game sprinkled in this one. No, I'm talking like you hard reset the shit out of the button and you come up with something else. You come up with something else. You don't do this anymore. The only appealing thing about Agents of Mayhem was the cutscenes. That was the only thing. That was the only thing about this. You could have made this into an actual anime, but no, no, you don't do that. You don't do that. No, you don't do that at all. Could have, didn't.
I heard like the final encounter is broken, the final, I guess, final boss or whatever.
Oh my god! Like I don't know. It was. I hate I hate Agents of Mayhem way more than I do Saints Row 4, and Saints Row 4 and 5, and that's saying something. I hate both of those games like equally, but
Like the game
this,
just got worse and worse as they went on. Just got crazier and crazier.
like
I
this,
fear that GTA will go that route because with that new DLC that Rockstar put out, it's
Doomsday
just like
Heist, with Doomsday Heist,
yeah,
yeah.
that was like a little that's a little too much.
What's worse is that like Saints Row was trying to imitate GTA, and now GTA is imitating Saints Row. So it's like
And
Rockstar.
God, we don't need that.
So it's like Rockstar. I know you lost Leslie Bennis, but don't do this. Don't do this. I looked up more than that, and we'll get into that later. We'll get into that later because that actually plays a factor into my top 18 list. So continue with the list, man.
Well, that's it for worst games, unless you had some more to add up there.
Oh no, like 10. I can only come up with 10, man. Like that. This 10 list needed help for both you and me. So it's like that's it. I have
Yeah, like
nothing else to add.
I totally forgot about some games that had needed to be on the list. You reminded me, Marvel versus Capcom, definitely.
Yeah, you made a review on that. How did you forget? You made a review slash rant on that.
I don't know, man. I wanted to forget every time I turn on my Xbox. There's a reminder that I have that game, and I'm just like, I don't know why I spent $30 a game. Like honestly, with a lot of my game purchases this year, I'm kind of regretting the dot hack that whole remaster. I kind of regret picking that up.
Uh,
Marvel vs. Capcom, definitely. I mean, a lot of these games I'm kind of regretting buying, especially day one. So yeah,
yeah, it's like some of them.
when it came to that.
And some of them even reminded me like this is why you wait until review. This is why you wait until like it hits $30 to get it. This is why it's like
I don't
oh,
know. I guess it's like the hype and everything around the stuff. Like for Marvel vs. Capcom, the only reason I bought it because like I was watching I was watching Broken Games basically play it, and he made it seem like it was like this gonna be this fun game stuff. Like just watching him play it, I was like, maybe this isn't that bad, and of course it was. But
oh man, yeah, that was bad.
all right, so let's get into the overrated games of 2017. For this list, you might disagree with me on some of these games, and I might piss a lot of people off. But Zelda Breath of the Wild is on this list. Mario Odyssey, Horizon Zero Dawn. Honestly, I put that on my top 10, but that game is overrated. And hey, I didn't say it's a bad game. Obviously, it's not a bad game. Obviously, I don't think it's a bad game.
It's
I mean, I
not.
put it on the top 10, but I do think Horizon is a bit overrated. Uh, Resident Evil 7, Sonic Mania, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus,
Oh
and
wow.
Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Surprisingly, I actually got Lost Legacy as a gift. So yeah, and I have yet to put
How
that
many games did you get as a gift?
in. Extensive family connections. That's how.
Good grief.
So it's like, Switch and this. Okay. Okay, everything else I gotta get on my
You
own.
got a Switch and you didn't even want one.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Off camera. Off camera. Off stream. What are you doing? Okay, and
I've said too much.
yes, you have. If people even get this far. Anyway, I can understand most of this list, and I think
Any of these that I need to add, like any more games I need to add on that list?
huh. That's a good question.
Like
Hold on.
to be honest with you, Zelda, Mario, and Horizon were like the first three games that came to mind.
I knew it.
And I know some people are gonna be pissed off because I put Sonic Mania up there, but
Destiny 2.
that's how I feel. Destiny 2, definitely.
Because remember all the hype that surrounded it? It's like, oh, we're gonna have a story, guys. Oh, guys, listen, we're gonna have a story and everything. We're gonna have a story and everything this time. It's gonna be awesome.
Man, I played that game with you. I like this is how uninteresting it was, and just how
Yeah.
much it just was bland. We were like in the middle of doing a mission, and like I had to get a flag or whatever. Like I was so out of it. I was like, "Yo, where's the flag?" And you're sitting there shouting at me like the flag is right here. I'm like, okay, man, I gotta turn this game off. I don't. It's just it's not doing it for me. Like you just sit there and shoot the same enemies over and
Over and
over. It's
over and
just
over.
that same repetitive gameplay loop as the last game.
I want to say,
The music
I
is
know
good
exactly.
though.
Yeah, that's about as all the compliment you're gonna get from it. I
And
want
there's a beginning, like that beginning part of the game. It reminds me of Halo, and it's like, can we get more of that and not more of just this repetitive nonsense?
yeah, Bungie, go back to doing like you know, give give Xbox One something to do. I want to say Battlefront 2 and Andromeda because both of those were hyped to shit. And now look what happened.
Well, the thing is, people so far I've seen Battlefront 2 get low ratings already just because of all the controversy and the whole thing with the way that the game is structured because of like the loot boxes and the microtransactions and stuff. So it's not really a game that is overrated more than it's just like what we said earlier. It's a very disappointing game. It's one of the worst games of the year. So that's why I kind of kept to that list.
Ah, gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it. I get you. So I think that's it. Other than that, I think that's it.
All right. So for the overrated games of 2017, we got Zelda Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Horizon Zero Dawn, Resident Evil 7, Sonic Mania, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, Uncharted, Lost Legacy, and Destiny 2. And I already know some people about to get pissed, dislike the video. That's cool.
Might put it up on
And
my channel, and I know it's
over.
gonna get flat. I know it's gonna get like dislikes, like left and right if I do this. uh, go ahead.
I'm used to all the hate by now.
At
And
this
so,
point,
okay, so let's go ahead and get into. I didn't really have this plan, but I'm gonna go ahead and so let's go ahead and kind of run down what we think about the big three, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo for the year. Because GameSpot, I think I've told you about how GameSpot did their whole year end review for all the companies. And then somehow Nintendo comes out on top,
mm,
and everybody in the comment section is just like, "What in the world are they talk about with Sony? What they gave Sony what like a B or a C, gave Nintendo a A, and the things that they were saying, like, my God."
dude, Sony deserved the A and the plus next to it. Okay, this was Sony's year.
So let's start off with Sony. First of all, let's go ahead and clear the air about this E3 event, man. People talk about how their E3 was horrible. All they did was show the same stuff from last year. First of all, they showed good stuff. It might have like some of the games might have been the same, but they showed good stuff. The only thing that wasn't good that they showed was that VR crap and that indie crap. I think if they was it? Yeah, it was VR stuff and some indie stuff. And if they didn't show that crap, and like if they had taken that out of their conference, it would have been a lot smoother, and it would have kept a lot of people's attention. But it's just the fact that they did that they added those two things. I think they played it safe this year, but that's not to say that it was terrible or bad because it was very entertaining. The game footage that we got to see, especially in comparison to Nintendo. People still to this day talk about Nintendo One. Like, did
Mm,
y'all watch the same thing that everyone else watched?
mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Nintendo had one thing that caught my interest. It was no wait, that was before. That was before this press conference. It's the No More Heroes 3 announcement. Like other than that, it's like, what have they done lately besides Breath of the
Not the No More
Wild?
Heroes 3 was after the announce was after E3. That might have been after.
Might have, yeah. No, Oh my god, Nintendo did better than Microsoft. I'll say that.
Nah, that's where I disagree with you on that. I
Oh,
don't think that.
go ahead.
Honestly, I don't think Nintendo did. I didn't really think they did that good. I mean, I think Microsoft did great for what they had this year. Let's not talk about Microsoft's E3. Let's not talk about like the entire year, like their entire year. Let's just talk about the E3 conference itself. It was good. They showed a lot of games, even if they weren't all exclusives, even if a lot of them were like third party games and like temporary exclusives or whatever. Very good conference. I mean, their last few conferences have been pretty good.
Forza, 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 Forza. Hey guys, we got a car up in here. We got a car on stage. I gotta tell you about that Forza. What you know about that Forza? Is your
All
Forza
right,
game on point?
we gonna get into Microsoft in a second, but getting back to Sony though, their E3 was good. Their PSX conference, I heard that wasn't too good. I mean, the only thing that really came out of that was that medieval game was that medieval game. But other than that, I mean, that PlayStation experience wasn't that great. But overall, Sony had a great year. When you really think about the exclusives that they had this year, Gravity Rush, Neo, Horizon Zero Dawn, all the games that they had this year, Persona 5, all of the exclusives
P5.
that they had. And let's see how many of those exclusives actually had gotten great reviews and great scores and are still being talked about today. As much as I hate Yakuza, and actually I should have put Yakuza on one of the overrated lists, but you know what? I'm gonna let it. I'm gonna let it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Gently.
Yakuza Yakuza is starting to really gain audience in the West, and this is a game that is exclusive to Sony platforms. So that's just another win. That's another win for Sony. Like honestly, Sony has been killing it all year. They've been doing it pretty good. They've been doing pretty good. I think the only thing, let's see, are there any things that they really kind of messed up on? I think the only thing for me, and this is just my opinion, I think they're wasting their time with the whole PlayStation VR thing. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's the only thing they really did wrong this year. I can't really think of anything else, any other missteps for the company this year.
It's kind of God. You know how long ago E3 was. Mm, mm.
I mean, we're just talking about the whole year in general, so it's not just E3.
Okay, okay, okay.
If you can think of anything that's like closer to today's date or whatever,
I
I
think
honestly think Sony did pretty good this year.
Sony did excellent this year, man. Like those
I mean,
exclusive.
they start off the year strong and everything,
I mean, for God's sake,
dropping exclusives.
P5 Horizon, yes, overrated as that is. However, did well enough. It did well enough. Gravity Rush and fucking what else? God, they had so many damn games.
Neo, Uncharted,
Neo, um,
even though I don't like Uncharted.
Nier Automata.
Oh yeah, that too.
Nier Automata was PlayStation exclusive. Ha um, yeah. So
Persona 5, like they had the games this year.
they had a
No
monster
one can deny
lineup.
that. They had the games, they had the third party deals with like Destiny, Star Wars Battlefront. All those games were aligned with Sony. So when you saw those games, when you saw like advertisement for those games, they were mostly like PlayStation advertisements. So their brand was always going to be in people's minds. Like they did amazing this year. I don't see how GameSpot or IGN or any of these companies can say that, oh, they did horrible in comparison to Nintendo or anyone else. Ridiculous.
They're on something. I think they're eating those same mushrooms from the Mushroom Kingdom that other people are eating to like make them think like
I mean,
Sony did terrible.
they did wrong. The only thing, like I said, the only thing I can say is you're just kind of wasting your time with the PlayStation VR, man. That's
That
a
is
gigantic waste of
that's a waste of
R and
money.
D.
That's a waste of money and a waste of resources. So I still
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that
that's what I meant to say.
today to this day I'm like VR is not the future because every time I look, every time, and
It's
I'm
the
being
future, but it's not the future for gaming, man. Like
honestly.
it's applications. I think there's applications outside of gaming for it, but it's like, do I really want to play? Oh no, I don't want to do that crap.
Every time
It just doesn't work.
game I've ever seen for this thing, it requires you to have an epileptic seizure. Like I recently looked at someone playing like LA Noir, and I'm like, this is like this is mind numbing. This is making my head hurt, and I'm not even playing this. I'm like, I'm getting dizzy just looking at you play this. This is terrible. Why people say that VR is the future? I can never get a handle on this ever. And I hate motion controls. I hate them. I hate them. And VR? Oh no, 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 no. It's a complete waste of time is what I'm trying to say. So, other than that, other than the PlayStation VR, Sony had an amazing year. Sony had a phenomenal year. Let me rephrase that. Okay, so GameSpot IGN, you fucks. You don't know what you're talking about. You're high on that Zelda juice or whatever you're sipping on. You're high on the mushrooms.
They're hiding those Korok seeds.
or, or I don't know, that demon hat Cappy possessed them or something, and Mario's like, oh, look at this, look at this. We had to rewrite the whole system. Nintendo did great this year. I can't do that. But no, Sony did perfect. Okay, and I'm looking at their lineup for next year, and I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna have a stacked year again. So yeah,
And then, yeah, if you look at their lineup for next year, it's freaking packed.
like
And
my
we don't even
wallet,
know what they're going to show at E3 and then PSX for next year. Like, come on.
my wallet can't take much more of this, man. It's like it's getting like, oh no, no. Do you realize you put me through so much stress this year, and you're going to do it again? So my wallet can't take much more of this, Sony. Stop it. Actually, don't stop it. I love your shit. Please sponsor us. Um, please sponsor this channel. Please sponsor my channel. Sponsor us. I will sing your praises to the heavens above if you
Hey,
pay
hey, we're
us.
not Sony fanboys. Remember, we're not Sony fanboys.
Right, right. Oops. Opinionative. Oops. Oops. Right. But seriously, don't pay me. Pay me. Pay me now. Anyway,
Yeah, I was
Microsoft
about to
for
go ahead and get into that. So, Microsoft this year.
Forza,
Yeah, man. So it's kind of
Forza.
hard to talk about Microsoft. They didn't really have a lot of exclusives. They only really had two exclusive games: Halo Wars and Cuphead. And you can buy Cuphead on PC. So a lot of people don't really consider that exclusive. But for the sake of this video, let's just say it's exclusive. So Cuphead, pretty much their best new IP in a while, and with Microsoft this year, as I said earlier, I thought their E3 was really good. I mean, they didn't really. I think the only things they did a few things that were a little stupid with the whole thing with like revealing. I mean, it wasn't really stupid that they revealed that whole backwards compatibility with those with the original Xbox games. But it's just like the way the crowd. I guess the way the crowd was acting when Phil Spencer unveiled that whole backwards compatibility thing
Mm,
and that whole thing. Well, like you said earlier about the Forza car and everything, that was kind of dumb. Why that Porsche, the Porsche was up there.
yeah, you,
But the
dude.
games that they showed was pretty good. They had a good variety of the games that they showed. They showed that they have some third party deals and everything, and they were really trying to sell you on the Xbox One X. And we got to get into that because I feel like that is where they kind of messed up. It's
Oh
between
my
Xbox
god.
One X and just not having enough exclusives for people to just want to go out and buy the console.
Can we please talk about this? I've been dying to talk about this. I've
Okay,
been dying to talk
go
about the
ahead.
mailbag all day. I've been dying to even talk
I
about the
mean,
mail.
I
Go ahead.
like Spencer, as some people might call Phil. I don't know what you would call the man. Phil Spencer has been, he's been up there the whole year, pretty much hyping up the Xbox One X. Pretty much everybody in the Xbox Microsoft camp have been hyping this thing up, and we've been saying this all year. Okay, that's cool. Y'all got the most powerful console ever made, and y'all got these shirts out there that says we witnessed a monster. We witnessed the most powerful console in gaming and all this other crap. But like y'all had no games for it. Like what game did they really have to like sell you on the system? And it didn't really help that one of the games that was going to really showcase the power of the system got delayed. Crackdown, Crackdown got delayed until 2018. Like it seemed like all the games that were supposed to come out this year, Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, all their games got pushed back into 2018, and so that's another reason why Microsoft did so badly this year.
And don't forget, like the cancellation scale bound and cancellations
Oh yeah, that too. Oh my god, that hurt. That
that
hurt.
I don't want to be in this camp anymore. I don't want to be in this camp anymore. Burn the
And like
tents.
I've said this before, man. Like start of the generation, I was on Team Xbox. Like I wanted Xbox. I wanted the Xbox One because this was like the first time I really got into Microsoft like Xbox console because I didn't get an Xbox like the original Xbox. Wasn't really into Xbox 360. Didn't really own one. Didn't own one. My brother owned the Xbox 360, so I got to play a little bit of that, but not really an Xbox guy. And going into this generation, Microsoft the Xbox One had promise. Definitely, it had its issues because of that whole thing with like the DRM and that whole just a lot of the
ID
issues that
lock.
they had. Yeah, the blocking, the IP blocking, uh, the fact that at the beginning of this generation, you couldn't. It sounded like you couldn't share games. Just all that crap that they did with like the Xbox One at first. You needed to have the Connect in there. It was just a lot of dumb decisions at first, but then they have rolled back on that since, and they've kind of turned things around. And I feel like, ironically, I feel like because remember when the Xbox One was like first revealed, and there was like, oh, this is gonna be your multimedia console. Like they were really
Uh-huh.
trying to take over. I heard IGN and GameSpot say this a lot. Microsoft basically trying to take over the living room, trying to make this console that replace your TV and all these other devices. I feel like I'll YouTube and more Hulu and more Netflix and everything on my Xbox device than I actually do playing video games now. So it's almost like the Xbox One has succeeded in doing it exactly what it was made to do at first. Like it succeeded at what they originally planned the device to be. Because when they first unveiled it, they started showing us ESPN and all this other crap, and us as the gamers was like, okay, why are y'all showing us this crap? Show us the games. It was just like now, it's just so funny to see that like Microsoft really doesn't have anything, or at least for this year, it seems like they don't really have anything, or they didn't have anything to like really keep people invested in the console. And so throughout the year, I just kept seeing people say that Xbox has no games, Microsoft has no games, they have no exclusives. I kept hearing that over and over, And I kind of wanted to defend Xbox because
Even for
technically
me.
they have games, they have like third party games and stuff that you can buy, and they're third party games that are available on the Xbox One that you can't get on the Nintendo Switch or you can't get on PC. So Xbox One, it has games, it just don't have exclusives. And that's a big issue. And that's one of the reasons why I don't think it did well.
Pretty much hit the nail on the head with this. Like I really had nothing else to add except like, yeah, even when I was like, yeah, this has no games, man. Where the hell are the games, man? And they want to just like they really wanted to sell you on the Xbox One X. Xbox X was really like the biggest offender besides like cancelizations and like pushbacks. Um, that oh yeah, we had the most powerful console, but we don't have nothing else for it. We had nothing else for it. Yeah, I can play it 4K HD, but okay, where are the games for it, man? Where are my games? And then to find out like the Xbox One X is legit like $150 now. They can't even sell it. They can't even
What?
sell these things anymore. Yeah,
What?
GameStop is selling these for like 150. Not even kidding.
You talk about the One X?
Yes, the One X.
Hold on. We're talking about the Xbox One X,
Yes,
the console that's supposed to be $500. It's now
yes.
150. No, I gotta look. I gotta. I know. Hold on. I have to look that up.
The small one, the small one, the
I think
small one.
you might be mistaken. You might be thinking about the Xbox One S or
It might be
standard
the
console.
S.
There's no way they're giving away a $500 console. There's no. There, I think you might have that wrong.
I
Well,
think it was
that might
the
have been like a
S.
Black Friday type of thing.
I think it probably was. It probably was. It probably was
It,
like
it,
no
it
one,
was most likely a Black Friday type of thing.
no one GameStop. It probably was
Yeah, because
because
I
God,
see this right here, Xbox One X for $500. So yeah,
okay,
that's probably
Friday,
a Black
Black Friday.
Friday type of
My fault.
thing.
My fault.
You're talking about.
My
I'm
fault.
about to say, I'm like, what? Like, is it that bad?
This shit. This...
Like it can't like it can't be hurting that bad. But looking forward, when it comes to Microsoft, like we don't know what they possibly could have. Like when you look at all the anticipated games that Sony and even Nintendo have, like with Microsoft, we already know that most of the games that are going to be coming out next year are games that were supposed to come out this year, and really, I think even last year they kind of because they moved because originally I think Crackdown was supposed to come out last year, then they moved that back. Like keep delaying stuff, and that's one of their issues. And I think Phil Spencer even said that like they're showing their games off too early. But then the thing is, if you're showing your games off too early, you gotta still have something to show at E3 every year. So, I mean, he's kind of like the way I see it. He's kind of like he's stuck between a rock and a hard place almost.
The only thing worth mentioning from Xbox in game wise has been, well, Cuphead. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's been Cuphead. That's it. For the past
Yeah,
few
man. They're like
months.
if
That's it.
Microsoft is smart, because I think they have a deal to where like they can't put the game on like PlayStation or whatever. But if they were really smart, they would double down with this studio. They'll give them as much money and
Yeah,
resources
they have
as they
exclusivity with
possibly
this.
need. They would really try to sell Cuphead as one of their flagship titles if they were smart. And they really just they need to kind of keep it off PC because the way that people, especially or maybe just people here on YouTube, always talk about how okay, I can just get the game on PC. They need to really, they kind of need to cut back on that whole
Cross that
Windows 10 type of
that
thing. You need to
that
just keep it on the Xbox.
that whole cross between Xbox and you can play on Xbox and you can play it on PC.
Yeah, and I'm saying that's kind of dumb because now people are just gonna say, "Oh, well, I don't need an Xbox. I can just play it on PC."
Pretty much. So
So yeah, overall, Microsoft had a
shit
honestly
year.
they had an abysmal year. this is probably one of the worst years in like ever. I honestly I don't know when they actually had a worse year than this because they didn't really have a lot of exclusives, and they I will say this that they did some smart things to when it came to like services. They launched the Xbox Game Pass, which I think is a really good idea. I mean, it's something that I've been thinking of for years. Like a game company should do this, and they're doing it. It's sort of like a style thing with video games, and it makes sense. And I don't know how much profit they're making off of it, but it seems like something that could really kind of benefit them in the long run, especially since they're doing all this stuff like backwards compatibility, which I guess is another plus for them for this year because they announced the whole backwards compatibility with like the original Xbox games, the OG Xbox. But other than that, I mean, the year was pretty bad for them.
It was shit. It was shit. Can't really say nothing more than that. It was garbage.
You got to get into
Go ahead.
the winners of this year, the most amazing. Got to give them an applause. Nintendo, the greatness that brought us Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey, the two greatest games of this generation.
Really?
They had an amazing year. They came out the gate, showed us a bunch of games that a lot of people love. Everybody and their mama loved these games. Had all the mature games and stuff. Came out the gate with Metroid, Smash Brothers, a new Golden Sun. That Switch came out with a regular controller, and it came out with the console was on par with the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4. Wait. That wasn't reality? Okay. So in March, okay, let's back up. Because in January, we got that reveal event. And in January, when I saw that reveal event, it was like 10 o'clock at night, and it ended at like 12 o'clock, and I was very disappointed. I was very mad. I did a rant video on it, and people got pissed at me.
What else is new?
I said that this crap is doomed to fail. And to today's date, and if I look this up right quick, I think that the Nintendo Switch has sold, I think, 10 million. I need to check right quick. I need to fact check that. I think it sold about 10 million.
Wow.
Which is pretty good.
That's impressive.
I guess that's good. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know sales like that. I don't know. That might be good.
That is actually good. That is good.
I mean, I think I read somewhere that they said that the Switch has sold just about as much as the PlayStation 4 has sold within its first 6 months or something. But here's the thing, and I'm gonna say this right now, because a lot of people have already started praising Nintendo, saying that the people that said that the Switch was gonna fail, all this stuff about Nintendo being basically Nintendo being doomed. Y'all all stupid. Y'all were wrong. I'm stupid. All that crap. Okay, so here's the thing. It's too early to celebrate. People talk about, oh yeah, look at all this third-party support. Look, we got Doom on the Switch, which I heard Doom on the Switch doesn't look very well. It doesn't run very well.
Dude, Doom is gonna be the new Skyrim. I'm calling it right now.
Oh yeah, that too. They got Skyrim on the Switch too. Cool. Y'all got ports of old games. Okay. But the thing is that we are only how many months into this console's life cycle, right? We're about, I want to say 6. About 6 months.
About.
Because it came out in March. So March, January, March. So March, let's see, March. So yeah, about 6 months. So let's wait until a little bit after March. Let's wait until I want to say June. Let's wait until June of 2018 before we start celebrating and stuff. Because I really think that if history has taught us anything, these third parties cannot be trusted to like stay on a Nintendo platform because people don't really support these third party games like that on the console. And like I really feel like third parties are gonna jump ship. There's gonna be those droughts. I've said these things over and over, so I'm not gonna really repeat that. Repeat the whole thing ad nauseum. But I'm just saying, cool that they sold like what 10 million or 11 million, how much that was. We'll see how the Nintendo Switch does, you know, next year or whatever. But as far as their year goes, they did pretty good this year, I guess, all things considered. With them releasing a very underpowered console. I still feel like it was kind of stupid of them to kind of release the console in March. Like, why did they just wait until the end of the year when they like this? Would don't make any sense because by releasing it in March, you had Splatoon 2, you had all these other games that came out. Why not wait until November or October to release it? And then you could already have those other games already done, and people won't be waiting on the next game. Because for like the first few months, people were waiting after they had beaten Breath of the Wild. They were waiting for their next game to play. So that was kind of dumb. That was kind
Yeah,
of stupid.
good point. Actually a good point.
Like
And
I know that you don't care about Nintendo, so I'm gonna kind of speed this
no,
up.
no, 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 I'm getting there where I'm like, okay, I can see what y'all trying to do and everything, but
I mean, now that you own one, you can kind of have a
I
little
kind
bit more of an opinion about it since
of,
you own the Switch.
yep,
And I've got a chance to play a little bit of the Switch. Like I said before, if I wanted to sit there and play it, I'd sit there and play it.
I
I
played
played
it.
a little bit of it. I don't really see the big deal of it, especially playing with the system off the TV. Maybe it's because I was playing Mario Kart 8, but that small little screen, that's not going to do it for me, man.
No,
Me
always
playing
on
an
TV.
HD game on a
Always
small
on
little
TV.
screen, I can't do it.
I always had the damn thing docked. It's like, no, I need the full screen, man. Like, I can't ruin my eyes any more than they
Speaking
already
speaking
are.
of the dock, because there was that issue.
Yeah.
There's that issue with the dock and everything, and I think my brother said his dock is messed up now, so that he can't plug it into the TV now. So now he just like I guess does it come with his like separate charger or whatever? So I guess that's how he's using it to like charge or whatever.
Oh yeah,
And I
that's
guess you
exactly.
can't plug it into the TV now.
No, yeah, that's another way they're making their damn money. They are
Yeah, man.
like in
All their
accessories,
peripherals are so yeah, their accessories are so freaking expensive.
expensive. They are conning
They know what
everybody,
they're
man.
doing,
They
and
know. They
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 know
know.
what they're freaking doing with that.
Like if they don't know, like yeah, like we could talk shit about them all we want, but they got the accessory game on lock. They know what they're doing. I look
What is it
all
like
these accessories
70 or
up,
$80 for a pro controller?
and I'm like, do you realize a new controller is $60, and y'all want to jack it up $10 more
I
dollars?
guess because like the HD Rumble is in there, but to be honest, I've played with the controller before, and it just feels weird because for one thing, it feels like the buttons are kind of flipped around. Because like on the Xbox controller, the X and the Y button will be in like a different position,
Yeah,
and like it just feels weird.
that's the
I'm sitting there
biggest.
trying to play Mario Kart, and like my niece and my nephew had to tell me how to play the game because I haven't played a Mario Kart since like really GameCube era, if I want to be honest. But it's
Same.
like, okay, press X to do this and A to do that. And I'm sitting there pressing the buttons. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm pressing this. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Oh, because Nintendo has flipped these buttons around on the like. Why are you doing this? Are they doing it? Like, I wonder, did they do that to just to be different because they're Nintendo?
Yeah, to
Are they
be
doing it
different.
because Microsoft has like a patent on their controller? I just wonder.
Probably to be different. And honestly, like playing that one of the Joy-Cons, I'm like, this you. I can't tell you how many times I've actually died because of the button placement, and I'm
Those
like,
buttons look way too small. I just like no.
you realize I have like gorilla grips for hands, right? I mean, Nintendo. Big
And
people.
people claim that okay, the system is made for adults. No, like my hands are too big for these small little controllers. What am I gonna do with
Exactly.
this?
Exactly. Most adults have gorilla grips for hands, and you're just like most adults play your stuff. Why not? Where the plus size buttons at? What the hell? This makes no
Like
sense.
these small little things, they want you to play with these little Joy Cons. You don't get out of here. But as far as the whole, as far as the whole year goes, let's see. They had Splatoon 2. They had Arms. I don't really hear people talk too much about Arms. A lot of people say that they enjoyed Splatoon 2. Obviously, they had Mario Odyssey and
Gotta see.
so they had those games. I think they had what about 7 exclusives, if I'm remembering correctly. So they had a pretty for their since this isn't their full year, it will be a full year in March. So I can't say like their first year is it technically still isn't done. First few months, they're doing pretty well, I guess.
Yeah, that's about right.
Where they're faltering, they're faltering in so many other areas. The online is horrible. From what I've heard, it's pretty bad. You gotta basically hook up your phone to the Switch console. Friend codes in 2017. Those on like the Wii U or something. Like y'all still using these phone numbers, man.
I know that's like the worst part. It's like, what is the hell is this?
It's
Get
like,
with the modern age,
hey,
people.
remember back in high school when I wanted to invite one of my friends to a Smash Brothers Smash Brothers online. Give me this long phone number just to freaking like that crap is dumb. Like why? So you don't know how the online is going to be completely. They didn't release all the details on it. To add like some type of party chat, they need to step up their game when it comes to online because they're so far behind. Like they're like in 2005 with their online. And I don't see how anyone can praise Nintendo but not really criticize them on the online aspect simply because look at the world we live in today where it's like all social media and it's just all online. Online is a big thing when it comes to video games now. And how in the world are you dropping the ball on all these features that really should be standard, well, really is standard when it comes to the other consoles, when it comes to the competition? So how can you say, hey, the Switch is this amazing console, Nintendo is doing all this stuff right, and yet they're messing up on something that I really think is really big. I don't play games online like that, and you know this, but I know that online is a big deal.
Yep. Yeah, they need to get with the times, man. Like it's kind of like I'm like this is still why? Why? I remember the Wii having this, and I'm like, what the hell is it? Are you kidding me? They never
I
changed the
mean, the Wii had
codes.
it, the Nintendo DS had it, the DSi had it, the 3DS has it. At some point, y'all just got let go of a lot of archaic stuff, man.
It's like this is ridiculous now. Like get with the modern times, especially like if you're gonna integrate yourself with the consoles, man. Like come on, man. No one's gonna have. No one should be able to have to be able to write down a fucking phone number in order to like accept a friend request or send a friend request. It's like really, get
But
out of here.
that's the whole reason why, if you look at your competition, Nintendo, we have user IDs that are like easy to remember. That's the whole reason we have that type of stuff. And then let's not forget about their whole dumb decisions with YouTube and how they want to basically kind of limit who's able to profit from YouTube and stuff. It's just a lot of dumb things that Nintendo has really done this year. It's always with Nintendo one step forward and like three steps back. So that's just what I feel about Nintendo this year. They did good and they did good in a way that the Nintendo Switch is at least selling. It's not. I still don't think it's something. I don't think it's another Wii situation because the Wii was a anomaly. If anything, it's definitely not that big of a deal that GameSpot and like IGN is making it out to be. And to be honest, they have some potential if they could just get their games out on time and kind of diversify their library. We know going forward they're going to have No More Heroes,
Yeah,
Shin Megami Tensei 5,
yeah,
uh, Pokemon on the Switch, but we don't know when that Pokemon game
yeah.
is going
We
to really
don't
come
know
out. And there are
anything about
people
it.
that are saying, "Hey, that Pokemon game's coming out next year." I don't think it's coming out this year. Look, if it comes out next year, if it comes out 2018, I think they cut some corners. And I hope that it comes out 2019 because we need a really good Pokemon game because Sun and Moon was garbage.
Sun and Moon's
Uh,
garbage, and I haven't played like a actual like mainstream Pokemon game since I want to say like
Diamond and Pearl,
no, I want to say
that
like
was the last one I bought.
I want to say like Coliseum,
Dag,
the one where you
You just stopped playing that in the first generation.
I want to say no Coliseum or what was it? What Coliseum or fucking what was that one we had Dark Pokemon?
Oh,
That
XD,
one, that one.
yeah.
The one where you had Shadow Pokemon, you had like this gauntlet on
That
your
was
arm
weird.
on that not Stadium? Was it Stadium? Oh,
Nah,
what it was? Oh,
Stadium was like the first like 3D, first 3D one. Then Coliseum was like nah, because it was
no,
Stadium Two, Coliseum, and then XD,
no,
and
it was
then
Coliseum.
Battle
It was
Revolution that nobody wants to talk about.
no, it was Coliseum that I'm thinking about. It was. It was.
As long as it won't Battle Revolution was the most disappointing Pokemon game I've ever played in my life.
It's like, oh my god. So it's like we kind of need an actual like console-based Pokemon game.
And the
Stop with this.
thing is
Stop with this bullshit.
this week there was this rumor about it being about them basically making it real time combat, and a lot of people are a little turned off by that.
Oh no, it's gonna have another Final Fantasy 15 situation in here. Oh
Man,
no.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I guess it's always been people's dreams to kind of like control the Pokemon.
But like,
But at the same
I
time,
can.
it kind of will change the competitive game though.
It kind of defeats the purpose, like of what the whole series is kind of based on, besides like capturing monsters and shit.
I
But
mean, the whole thing about you basically being the trainer and you kind of being the one to order them around because those are your Pokemon. So I don't know. It would be kind of weird. Of course, they have a Metroid also, but I don't know when that's coming out.
a giant four.
Oh yeah, I forgot to totally mention their E3. Their overhyped, their overhyped E3 presentation. That crap was just horrible. The only thing I got excited for a little bit was Metroid because I thought they were gonna really show something. Like, I just thought that they were gonna show something. I was like, oh my god, it's Metroid. Now they're gonna show us some gameplay or some concept art or something. No, they just show us the number 4. Okay,
It's a giant four.
I mean, okay, let's remove Metroid and Pokemon from that presentation because for Pokemon, all they did was some dude. They had some guy sitting at the desk talking about okay, we're gonna have a Pokemon game coming out, and then that's it. I mean, what else did they really show? They showed Kirby. They had a million Kirby games before. A Yoshi game that looks like every other Yoshi game. They had Xenoblade Chronicles, which I think that joint looked very corny. It looked like
I've
a
heard
looked like Tales of
Vesperia at one of the Tails games.
yeah, it just looked like a Tales game.
Honestly, I've seen reviews on that, and I'm like, it's like, oh my God, the dub is so bad.
That heads up display on that thing looks it is horrible. It's like somebody threw up on a screen. It's like they didn't even care.
It's disgusting. That's like, nope, nope, that, cross that off. Cross that off, like, nope, nope. Once I thoroughly did research on that, I'm like, nope, count that out.
And the voice acting is horrible on that too. Yeah,
Oh yeah, Bayonetta 3 is a thing.
don't care.
And everybody's like losing their shit over it. I'm like, I haven't played
Trash,
the first one, and I didn't play the second one.
trash,
So it's like, no.
platinum trash.
Shut up.
They should just keep making near for forever. Just make near.
Just make near
Near
forever.
forever. Because everything else, I swear, everything they have made is just garbage to me.
I think that's
But
all.
what was I saying? Basically, yeah, their E3 presentation was the most overhyped. Like their presentation sucked. Cut it out, man. These people, Nintendo won. If you don't cut it out,
You need to stop your madness because they did not fucking win. Okay, get over
like
yourselves.
they need to really stop lying to themselves. But overall, Nintendo did. At least they did better than. At least they did better than Microsoft.
True. Again, true.
I mean, at least they did better than Microsoft, which is saying something now because, I mean, for the past few years, they've basically been on life support. So
They basically been like, someone better pull that plug.
it's just basically been like, beep.
One of y'all better pull that plug. They costing us money. That room is not free.
I mean, I remember just looking at all these videos of people talking about Nintendo's gonna become a third party, and what's gonna happen to Nintendo and everything. And then fast forward to this year, Nintendo's back, baby. It's like, okay, y'all a little too excited. Calm down, calm down. We
You need
don't
more.
know.
You need more games. You need more
we
games.
we don't know what's gonna happen.
We don't know what's gonna happen in 2018. Okay, so
We'll see.
calm down. Stop with the happy pills.
So that's all we got to say about Nintendo.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were going to be able to talk about them for this long, but somehow we managed.
Mostly you did, but I added some inputs in there.
Okay, so I think the last thing we really have to cover is our most anticipated games of 2018.
Yeah, you do your list first.
See, man, I told you before we started this, I had to like rearrange it, and
You want me to go first?
you can.
You okay. Games of 2018, and I'm most hyped and like most anticipated and hyped for. Okay, Spider-Man or Spidey 2018 or Insomniac Spider-Man. I don't even need to say nothing about this because we haven't had a good Spider-Man game since 2, or actually not since 2. I want to say since
People said 3 was good.
3 was good.
That's what I heard. I mean, I heard it was
It was decent. It was decent to pass, but actually, no. The last good one was Web of Shadows. Web of Shadows was the last good one. After that, it's just nothing but a landslide of BS and just salt of salty BS. So yeah, there's that, and yeah, never played the Amazing Games. Okay, I've already ranted on that.
I heard those things were hot garbage.
I played them. I played both of them. I
was so hoping that one of them would be good.
Oh God, I made a rant on 2. You can go look that up in my archives. So yeah, I prayed. Did Insomniac really did their research, and from what we've seen so far, it really does look good. And above all, I hope it isn't just a bunch of set pieces that they just set up for like trailer purposes, because I'm gonna be really mad.
People are so scared that it's gonna be just a bunch of quick time events.
Yeah,
they already said that it's not gonna be like that. They said the only reason they were doing a lot of that stuff, the only reason they had it set up that way is because, for one thing, you can't. It's gonna be hard for you to do some of the things that Spidey does Like it's kind of it would be hard for them to kind of have the player do that. The only way they could really think of doing it is to do like quick time events.
This is true. They
I mean,
did.
doesn't some of the Arkham games have like quick time events?
Yeah.
And you got to play as Batman for the majority of the game. They didn't take control away from you 24/7. So I think it's gonna be something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I see your point. I see
Like
your
I
point.
think people just calm down. This Insomniac. I think we can kind of trust them.
I can trust. I can especially trust them, except for the Ratchet and Clink reboot. Why didn't you just make it remaster the first game? The actual first game ran over. I could rant on that all day. I could really rant on that all day
I
because
still have not played that.
they could have just. They should have just remade the first game and not remade it from the movie because the movie being there just ruined it. And we didn't get all the planets, so that's another thing. Anyway, games list. Psychonauts 2. I have been waiting for this for years. I never thought this would even be a
I totally
thing.
forgot that was coming out. I'm gonna be honest.
I know. I'm not surprised because it's been really under radar and they've been like shooting out like videos of it being made like not a lot, but it exists and I've seen gameplay of it. I'm like, oh God, please finish this. Please finish this. And I played Psychonauts way too many times in my lifetime to like know this needs to be a thing. Like you can't fuck with this anymore. This needs to happen. I wish it could have sold well back then, so we already would have had it to, and we probably would be at 3 at this point, but that's not the case.
I
So
never liked the art style of that game. I'm gonna be honest.
I did, just because it was just
This was
looked
weird.
it just looked weird and it looked like a more janky version of Invader Zim to me. But I liked it. 3, Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I don't really need to explain anything for this, do I?
Nah.
Okay. Number 4, God of War 4. It's God of War 4. I don't care what anyone says. It's God of War 4. Whatever it doesn't have 4 in the title, but given what we've seen from so far, this takes place after 3. And Kratos has a beard. I don't need to say anything else. My only hope for this is to not end up like The Last of Us.
I was about to mention
I
that.
don't
Everyone's
want
like, "Is this The Last of Us with Kratos in
this
it?"
is like Dad of War. This has become Dad of War. I don't want this to be a Last of Us clone. I don't. That's my only like gripe about it. I want to say that's my only like gripe about it. I don't want it to be Last of Us clone because it's just like, oh, you walk here, then set piece of action, and then just like, okay, you know how to Last of Us. I don't need to explain this. Okay, I don't. I don't. Okay, don't be like The Last of Us. Number 5, Code Vein. It's basically anime Dark Souls. Do I even need to explain this? It's anime Dark Souls.
A lot of
You
people saying it's too edgy.
oh, your mom's is edgy. Okay, I'm so tired of this edgy shit. Everything is edgy. Everything is edgy to edgy. Okay,
Anime edge lord.
we already got that. We already got enough of that already. Okay. Um, Number 6, No More Heroes. Travis Strikes Again, or No More Heroes Dose or 3. I don't know where this ends up. I don't. This
I
takes
think
place.
it takes place before. I think it takes place after the first
It
game. I
does.
think
It does. I looked. I actually did
so. It's like
research.
what? So it's actually like 1.5.
It's technically 1.5, but um,
At least you get to play that now.
yeah, but Suda51 doesn't like No More Heroes 2, so I'm guessing this is this. I'm guessing this is technically 2 now. So yeah, I get to play this now, and this a Nintendo game is on my list. I don't know how long has it been since like 10, 20 years, 10, 15 years since that's happened.
Shimigami Tensei.
Oh yeah, that's the thing too. I can. Oh god, those are hard as balls. That's the thing. That's the thing. Do I really want to like?
I honestly want to play that more than I want to play Persona, just because there's just less. It seems like there might be less talking in that.
Yeah, that's the only thing with you is just the talking.
Just like if Morgana would shut the heck up, if everyone just shut the heck up, just let me play the game.
Okay, number 7. I'm probably gonna get an eye roll from you on this one, but and me and myself because I was like rolling my eyes at just the thought of me even liking anything David Cage related after Beyond Two Souls. Detroit Become Human, because simple fact of the matter, it actually looks like he actually put some effort into this time. So I'll probably wait till this is on discounted price, but I'm actually excited to actually play this. I'll wait till discount price though. Number 8, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh god.
Here we go. I have one thing to say about this. Rockstar, after what you've done to Leslie Bennis and after what you've done to GTA Online, I fear for this game's future. I fear that they're
I'm
just gonna.
already telling you. Well, go ahead, say what you're gonna say, and I'm gonna
I
go ahead and
fear.
say what I'm gonna say.
I fear for this game's future just from how they've done GTA 5, how they've done that game dirty, and just like the story, just all the story that we're gonna get, and nothing else is gonna come from it because they did say that GTA 5 would have DLC. They did. They say they would have story DLC, but after how well GTA Online did, no story DLC because GTA Online is just easier to make. I get it.
That and it made a boatload of money.
But so did Lost and Damned, and so did Ballad of Gay Tony.
But the DLC would probably, like, you gotta think about it this way: the online is gonna make them more money in the long run than what the story DLC ever would, especially when it comes to basically them trying to make it. It would cost them even more to make that than it would online content.
Yeah, but don't promise something if you're not going to deliver. And they did say that they would. I'm just saying.
Well, things change, and
And shark card money talks. So yeah, I get that too.
I mean, that's going to be how Red Dead Redemption is.
Yeah,
You're never going to have an online like that.
Yeah, and the online wasn't even that like all that in.
But people are like, the thing is, people are still playing it.
Oh my god, you're right. Oh,
And I don't know how.
PC.
You could probably bootlegging that. Well, then again, never mind. I honestly don't think anybody bootlegs that game because it's always on the top of that like MPD list, like every week, every month, or whatever.
True. Okay. Yeah. So I fear like I'm happy for just the fact that Red Dead Redemption 2 is even a thing, but at the same time, after what they've done to GTA Online, I'm like, no, man, no. They're gonna ruin it. They're gonna ruin it like 5. They're gonna ruin it like 5. So there's that. Okay, number 9, Days Gone. Yeah, another zombie game, which is why it's so low. I think
I'm playing a zombie game.
Shut up. You're talking to the person. You're talking to the person who's played all Dead Rising. Okay, every single Dead Rising game except for the Wii version because that version was ass. And no, I'm getting withdrawal on zombies now. I'm getting that fatigue. That's exactly what my problem was with Walking Dead this year. Surprisingly, I'm hitting zombie fatigue. And I see Days Gone, I see all these bunch of zombies on the screen and how you can deal with them. I'm like, okay, I want to play this. So, yeah. And the main character looks like a mixture of James Franco and fucking Starkiller from Force Unleashed. So there's that.
Oh god.
I think I think that is Starkiller's voice actor who's playing it. I believe that's the same it's the same voice actor from Force Unleashed, actually. So there's that. And number 10, Ni no Kuni 2 is another RPG. Surprisingly, I have not played the first one, but I hear the first one's going to be included with this one, so I think I can go back and forth.
Oh, it is?
I think they're going to do it. They're going to have to because this is like it's finally going to be a thing, and it's like, do you know how many delays this game has had? I think this thing
I
has had
thought
like
I thought it only got delayed twice.
I think it had like 4 delays.
Oh,
I think
bad.
it's been delayed so many times. It's supposed to come out like twice this year
Oh yeah,
alone.
that's right. They delayed it again until March 2018.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, we need the first game, so I think they're gonna include it with
Honestly, I
this
wish the
one.
honestly I wish that this one had like the familiars in the first game because it was more like Pokemon. And
Yeah,
as soon as I saw the gameplay for it, and it's like they have it more like it's like Pikmin, like the little Pikmin from the Pikmin series. I'm like, okay, this looks whack to me. I don't like,
yeah, I'll
Mm,
give it a shot when
yeah.
when it comes out. So, and especially if the first game's included with it too. But yeah, that's why it's kind of like a number 10.
If they remaster the first game and like sell it separate, I might pick the first one up. Maybe.
Like, just do what just they really need to do what South Park did. Like Fractured Butthole came with Stick of Truth, and that was remastered. So ain't like that was hard to do. It ain't like that was so hard to do, but it included the first game with the second game, so they need to do something like that. So yeah, that's my list. So give me yours.
Well, you might actually be surprised by this list. Now,
Oh Lord.
I told you that I had to switch some things around. I wasn't too sure about this being my number 10. My number 10 game is going to be No More Heroes. And I'm not too sure about it for for two reasons.
You have that much of an
Uh,
old hero mark, like me. So there's
well,
that.
with No More Heroes, first of all, if I get No More Heroes, I got to play it on the Switch. And I'm not sure if I want to actually
Uh,
really touch that thing.
uh,
Second reason is I have a love hate relationship with it because I don't know if it's gonna be more like what Paradise was. That was the name of the remake on the PS3, right? The one that included, I think like it just included like the first game or whatever. But I don't know if it's gonna be more like that because from what they have like put out when it comes to like press statements and stuff, it seems like it's gonna be more of a kind of stopgap game. And they mentioned like they're gonna have like references to like indie games and like retro games and stuff. Like I'm very so on this game, and that's why
I,
I
yeah,
gotta like put it on my number 10 slot.
I get it. I get you.
And for my number 9 slot is surprisingly Detroit Become Human. I
Woo!
I'm
Wow.
a big fan of those heavy rain type of games and stuff.
With David
I
Cage
played
type
heavy
games.
rain. I was like, I feel like those games aren't really worth $60. Like they are kind of worth $60, and they're not. They're worth $60 in the sense that they're kind of like blockbuster games. They're like you can really tell that they put a lot of time, money, and energy into it.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seemed like the way that you control the characters and stuff. If you could just control the characters in a regular way and it didn't have all these gimmicks to it, I can kind of lean into that more. I can kind of get into that more. But the way that they have it in the game is where you can like choose these different outcomes and these situations can kind of play out differently. I can kind of see myself getting into that game, and if I get it, like you said, I can buy it on a discount, and I think I'll kind of get my money's worth out of it if like I buy it for like $20 or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
For number 8 is Dragon Quest 11. Uh, the last Dragon Quest game I bought was Dragon Quest 8. That was like in I want to say 2006, 2007. Was very disappointed in Dragon Quest 8. I grew up with the Dragon Warrior franchise, which they started calling it Dragon Quest in the West. I want to say like I think they started going by the name of Dragon Quest when Dragon Quest 8 actually came out. But Dragon Quest 11, this is like the first Dragon Quest game that we're getting on the console in years, and so I definitely want to support it, and I definitely want to play it and actually beat it because honestly, I have never beat like traditional like Dragon Quest game, so I definitely want to kind of try that out.
Okay. All right.
Number 7 is Left Alive. Now we don't know too much about Left Alive. Left Alive, I think it has some people that have worked on games like Armored Core Metal Gear Solid, and tactical tactical robot game. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's called Front Mission or something like that. But they've got a lot of people that have been involved with like big franchises or beloved franchises. And actually, I think that this game is supposed to be within the Front Mission series, but it's more going to be like a shooter instead of like a tactical game. And it looks interesting. It looks like Metal Gear Solid, to be honest. This looks like it looks like Metal Gear Solid. That's the best way I can kind of sell if I was going to sell somebody on it. It's like Metal Gear Solid. Hopefully, it isn't like the last Metal Gear that came out, in which it's like it's not completely done. Like hopefully it's not that situation.
Might have to actually look this up. Okay.
Okay, so number 6 is going to be Mega Man 11.
Oh,
Mega Man.
right.
I don't even really think I have to say much about this. I mean, we all about Mega Man was dead before this year.
Yep.
So Mega Man 11, I had to put that on the list. I'm getting that day one. And there might be some people that are kind of turned off about the graphics, the way that it looks. But I personally prefer that over Capcom going for nostalgia and making it like retro, 8-bit or 16-bit or whatever. I prefer this style, and Mega Man 11 looks pretty cool. Code Vein. Code Vein is probably going to be the first Dark Souls style game that I actually buy at $60. That trailer that they put out a few weeks ago sold me on it completely. I don't know if it's because of like the rock song that was in the trailer. I was like, oh my god, they got rock music, they got anime, and they got these cool looking like character designs. I definitely want to try it out. It looks pretty fun.
Yeah, that's an instant sell for me. Like that's an instant buy for me if you like utilize like your trailers properly. So yeah, I see what you mean.
The game getting a lot of hate from people.
I know.
People that really, I guess, hate anime and stuff like that. I kind of try to just ignore those people.
Yeah, just go about your day, man.
So number 4 is going to be Days Gone.
Yeah.
Zombie games. Here's the thing. I would say like the last zombie game I played besides Evil Within 2. Like it's been a long time. Like I usually like space myself out when it comes to these zombie games. So I'm not really burnt out on them, to be honest. I just hate seeing too much of it, but I haven't really played a lot of it. So I'm not really burnt out on it. This does kind of look like, and this might just be an issue with Sony games in general now. Days Gone looks a lot like The Last of Us. It really does.
It does.
Like when they first announced this, and they didn't announce The Last of Us, The Last of Us 2. You could have fooled me by just telling me, "Oh, this is The Last of Us 2 featuring another character, at a different place," because that's what it kind of reminds me of. But from what they showed at E3 this year, it looks pretty good, and I think that this game is coming out 2018 definitely.
Yeah, I hope so.
Spider-Man. I don't really think I need to say too much about Spider-Man. Been waiting on that game. Just been waiting on it for a while, so can't wait to get into Spider-Man. God of War. I don't even think I have to talk about this one either.
No, you don't.
With that God of War footage that they showed at PSX, they showed that I think they really did. They had to have looked at what Hellblade did. With Hellblade, if you played the game before, the voices in your head, they're telling you to look out and dodge and stuff, because the way the camera is, you can't really see in back of you. So in God of War, the Kratos' son pretty much serves that same kind of function. And so I like what I've seen when it comes to the combat. I just hope that we get to see a little bit more before the game releases. And number 1 is going to be Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Yeah.
I don't even have to really say too much about this. I can't wait to play this game, and I really hope that I'm able to really like get into it as a fighting game, because it's been times where like I wanted to really get into a fighting game, but I give up halfway through. I really want to kind of get into something. I definitely couldn't get into Marvel versus Capcom because the way that crap was. So hopefully, Dragon Ball Fighters. It looks to be a very good game. Arc system works. They make good fighting games. So that's definitely number one on my list.
Okay, I can understand that. And too bad they added super characters in here, but that's not
Yep,
gonna
and people are still begging for more.
shut up. I see that in all the
They're like, hey,
comments.
let's get Jared. Let's get Jared up in here.
I'm like,
Let's get
no.
more personality, man.
It's funny because in my rant, I said like they better not put any more super characters in here, and I'm like, why? They must have heard me. They must have heard me just to piss me off.
You know what's crazy? I think I told you this before. They made Yamcha OP now.
Uh huh.
Apparently,
Uh huh. Yeah. And people are gonna be abusing the hell out of him. And see it now.
I did not know because I was listening to a Game Informer interview. They interviewed the guy that does the voice of Vegeta, and they were telling me, I mean, they're telling the guy that basically some of the lines that they added a lot of lines in a Dragon Ball Super when it comes to the English version. And so one of the lines they added was "Let's go see Yamcha." At that part where Buma is trying to get Vegeta to come to her party. I was just
Yeah.
like, that's freaking gold right there. See, that's why I like the English version. Like that's why I say the English version of Dragon Ball Super it's a lot more watchable than the subtitle version, at least.
Dub over sub.
Let's go see Yamcha.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. Like so. Okay. Your list is not. I I agree with most of your lists on this one. Yeah. Not that not that bad of a list actually.
I mean, if I wish there were two other games that I wish there were two other games that I could kind of replace maybe No More Heroes and Detroit Become Human with because those two are really like I might get them, man. I might. They gotta show me some more though.
Yeah, I can definitely see that, and especially in No More Heroes case, it's like, oh God, come on, Suda.
Because I,
Like
I almost
every
replaced that with Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth because that's coming out with a sequel, and I poured in like 100 hours.
that was your
And
Persona 5.
yeah, pretty much.
That was your Persona.
And
So
I was really surprised about that game.
I understand. Like especially in No More Heroes case, it's like Suda. You do realize this is like your most famous property out of all the games you've ever made. This is the one that's actually stuck with people, and you don't give me anything. You don't give me anything but just this trailer. Why? You realize like
Yeah, like I
everyone.
feel like everything else he tried, like outside of No More Heroes, has just been a dud.
I kind of
Lollipop, Chainsaw, Shadows of the Damned. It's all that crap.
yeah, it's like I admire him for that because it's like, okay, he has an idea, he gets that shit rolling, he gets that ball rolling, and it's like he tries, but they've been duds. No More Heroes has been the only one that's stuck. And it's like we want more.
Like, I just imagine he
This
just
guy.
sat there in a room one day and was like, "Well, let me see. Everything I've tried has pretty much failed. I might as well just go back to this."
It's like, oh, I hate the second game, but oh, okay, let's get some indie properties up in here. Let's try this. Let's try this and see what happens. Oh my God, over 1 million views in one day. This really is my cash cow. That's terrible,
One
but
thing I'm noticing, 2018, the Japanese people are trying to really just bleed everybody's wallet dry. We got Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, No More Heroes, God Eater 4, The Lost Child, which is it's a sequel to El Shaddai Ascension of the Magneton.
oh wow,
And the crazy thing about that, it's gonna be like Pokemon basically. I'm like, how in the world you go from? Because I before we started this, I looked up an old review for that game for the previous game. I'm like, how do you? I'm trying to figure out how y'all gonna go from that to like Pokemon style thing where you're like capturing demons and stuff. So they said it's coming out in the West next year, so I can't wait. Valkyria Chronicles 4. They just announced that. I think like a month ago or whatever. One Piece World Seeker, Naruto to Boruto, Shinobi Strikers.
Oh my God, yeah, that's right. That's another one.
Yep, and that open. I wonder when that open beta is. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, My Hero Academia, which is looking pretty sus to me. I'm done.
I keep looking at it and I'm like, oh, come on, guys, you got to do better than this. Like, this has already gotten enough traction, and season three is already. Yeah, season three already has a teaser, by the way, so it's getting.
I thought we're on season 4.
No, we're on season three now. Next
Oh.
year is season three. We're just getting out for season two.
Oh, so I haven't missed that much.
You really haven't. Season three hasn't even started, man. So if now is any time was a time to like get into the series,
Let's jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, jump on it while there's still some room. There's still some room. Everyone gets a shot in this series, man. That's one of the best things about it, actually. No one feels useless. Except one person. You'll find out if you actually it's just like one person and you just want to punt them. But other than that, it's like everyone gets screen time, which is something like you don't see at all these days. So yeah, that
Black
game really needs
Clover's
to step it up.
Game, which I told you that right. Like Black Clover just came out.
How the fuck? You? God, I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that.
And of course, that's Sword Art Online game, which looks pretty trash.
Battle Bullet or Bullet Battle or whatever
Phantom
the fuck. Whatever.
Cool
Whatever.
Name for a bad game.
I know. It's like that is a cool name, but for a crap game. Crap property.
The thing is, with like a lot of these games, like Black Clover and My Hero Academia, those are more like arena brawlers that are like similar to Storm. Like all these games are using that sort of Storm format. I mean, we saw with One Piece Burning Blood the same thing. They did the same thing with that. It's like that's another reason why like Dragon Ball Fighter Z. That's another reason why I'm getting that, because if you remember correctly, I'm supposed to be boycotting these anime games. And
I know. I remember.
Have I not done a good job though?
Oh my God, you're right. I remember that video. You have not done a good job.
Actually, I have. I mean, what other game have I bought?
Oh yeah.
God Hack was the only game, but it's not like, because God Hack's a remaster. It's not like it's something like that's new or something like that. I haven't bought anything. I haven't bought any other anime games. They've just been trash.
True. I'll give you that. Okay.
I stuck with it for 2 years, and now I'm about to get my payoff for Dragon Ball Fighter Z. So,
yeah. Oh yeah, Attack on Titans 2. Attack on Titans 2.
I didn't include that because I already know that's gonna be trash. But then again, I put Black Clover up here. I was just saying, there's gonna be a lot of Japanese, games coming out from the East.
It still counts.
Yeah, it still counts.
It still counts. So, I think we've hit
probably many others that I'm probably forgetting.
Yeah, I know there is. I know, but yeah, 2018 looks massive. Let's just hope. It doesn't, and it just.
No more Mass Effects.
Yes, God.
And no more Battlefronts.
Thank God. Yes. No more shit. No more loot boxes.
We can only hope.
Yeah. I think we've hit every nail in the coffin.
Yep, that's why we're about to wrap it up. So,
all right.
Thank you guys for watching. Again, I said that I'm gonna try to cut some of this stuff into separate videos when I get a chance, when I'm not occupied. So thank you guys for watching, and this has been the Negro Shotty and also Rex Sparks. Hopefully we'll see you guys next year, and Happy New Year, I guess. Thank you. And we're out of here. Bye.
Hallelujah.